guys. How are you doing? Doing well? So my name is Mikko Kauppinen. I'm from GE, so General Electric. What I wanted to talk to you about is a concept that we created here in Finland actually, which is called Health Innovation Village, which is essentially an open innovation platform where we house startup companies actually in the GE Healthcare campus here in Helsinki in the Valila district. And we have about 35 startup companies currently. And what we try to do is we try to get the best digital health companies to come and actually work together with us to create transformation in healthcare. So healthcare, for the bigger parts globally, is in dire crisis. So there's more and more patients coming, sicker and sicker patients, while all the governments are basically running out of funding to fund the healthcare system. And this requires new technologies to come into healthcare that can actually help to cut costs in the healthcare, to improve the patient care quality, improve the safety of the patients. There are so many cases where, patients are getting sick actually going to the hospital, whether it's, bacterial infections or whether it's, medication actually causing certain complications that people didn't even have before they went to the hospital, which is the place where they should be cured, but they actually got something else there. So we think that, the solution is about, more efficient and better quality healthcare. And we think technology can be a big part of the answer. We think it can be the catalyst that can change a lot of things, how we treat patients, how the doctors communicate with patients actually, and how the workflows in hospitals can actually, be managed more efficiently. So that's the reason why we created the Health Innovation Village, which is attracting startup companies to actually come and work closely with us. So we can do collaboration in R&D, we can do co-selling and co-marketing, and of course for us, looking at interesting innovation that we can maybe incorporate in our product platforms, and therefore help the startup companies to actually scale globally, get their products out in the market, which is always going to be the hardest challenge for any startup company. When we did that, we started the project in 2014. So we've been doing this for 2.5 years, and having the 35 companies already housed there. We offer a co-working space basically for startup companies, coaching and mentoring with experts from GE Healthcare. And then we do a lot of events where we can set challenges for startup companies and they can see if they could solve part of that problem, and that would lead them on the right path, basically solving big healthcare issues. So we started that 2014, and this year, about 6 months ago, we actually decided that this concept was so successful and we had gotten so good results out of this. So we decided to do another village in another industry that is big GE industry, which is energy sector. So energy sector is also going through a massive transformation. There's things like battery technologies that are coming, grids that are failing, distributed energy solutions. And normally big companies like us, we focus a lot on the B2B business. Our customers are the utilities, the big utilities, but nobody seems to care about too much the consumer of the electricity. So there's a natural imbalance almost with the supply and demand that is not managed very smartly. In fact, it's managed by, 0 or 1 kind of thing, where, we just cut the electricity for a certain neighborhood for a certain time, and that's how you kind of manage the supply, as an example. So we think that by taking the consumers as part of the whole chain and optimizing the whole link to having people, for example, having smart solutions at home to manage sort of the demand when there's not enough supply in the grid or what have you, we think these kind of IoT and smart home solutions could be a big problem solver for the energy sector. So that's why we created the Energy Village, and tonight actually we're having a grand opening party at our office in Vallila, so check it out. The GE Energy Village is opening up, so if you want to go, if you're interested in energy sector, come and say hi to us and come learn more about what we do in the Energy Village and at the same time the Health Innovation Village. Thank you so much.